So is it okay to have the government monitor social media conversations and then to wade in and correct some of those conversations? With more on this, let's go to technology expert Carmi Levy. He's on the line from Montreal. Carmi, do you think the government's monitoring what you and I are saying right now? Is this whole thing getting out of line or what?
Well, I think the potential is certainly there, and I really hate to be the cynic here because we really should be applauding the government for recognizing that social media are the new way that Canadians keep in touch, and certainly in order to be involved in that discussion, you have to be involved in that discussion as well. So, kudos to Harper's Conservatives, to the government for wading into the wilds of social media and starting to move policy generation into this new realm. It only makes sense, but at the same time, it opens up a bit of a question. I'd like to call it a Pandora's box of what exactly is the government's aim here? And what do they hope to accomplish with what they find out? And as they accumulate this information online, this data on us, where does that data go? And so, I think as much as we should applaud the government for getting into this area, the optics of it are potentially very Big Brother-ish. And the government really does need to be a little bit more concrete on what its intentions are and how it intends to achieve this.
So you're concerned about, A, the optics, B, the motives. Can you elaborate a little more on the motives when you say, why exactly, maybe the real reason they're doing this? What are you inferring there?
Exactly, because let's say I'm participating in, I've left a comment on a blog or on a website on a particular issue. In this case, it's related to fisheries. I would feel very funny if suddenly, out of the blue, someone from the government gives me a call or emails me or posts a rebuttal online to me without really understanding the context of that. And so at this point, if I don't really understand where that response is coming from, I'm going to wonder every time I post online, is someone from the federal government watching what I'm saying?
Right.
Do I have to change the temper or the tone of my argument simply because I worry that I'm being watched? It is a little bit scary. We've been talking about this risk, this online risk for so long. Now that the government is wading into it, I think it needs to be very conscious of the potential for those fears to come true.
So you do foresee, people who are engaged in, maybe a political conversation online in some sort of social forum, that there's going to be an element of fear and that eventually it could change what people do say on the internet if it's political in nature?
Exactly,
yeah.
Because if you're stuck wondering who's watching and what are they going to do if I say the quote-unquote wrong thing, you're going to necessarily change the way you involve yourself in that very public discussion and debate.
Carmi, let me also put this to you, though. The government could argue, well, we spend money on billboards, on TV ads to communicate things like the home reno tax credit or inform Canadians, about what they can do. So is this really any different? I mean, I'm sure they will argue, well, we're just trying to get correct information to the people of Canada.
And that's all well and good, but billboards can't reach me in my bedroom. When the government uses social media, it can.
Okay, interesting. We're going to keep talking about it. Carmi Levy joining us with his view. Thanks, Carmi.
Thanks, Jackie.